on the carry, it is undoubtedly Paul George. Got a lot of pressure, and I'm coming into this year ready to live up to that pressure. That's what George said earlier this week. Friday it was George being carried off the court after suffering one of those injuries that when you saw it, made you go, oh no. It was such a tough sight that we're not going to show it to you. Fran Fraschilla joins us now. He called the game with Mark Jones on ESPN. And Fran, what was your first thought? What are your thoughts now?
Well, my first thought was that the injury was gruesome. One of our producers immediately got in our ear and said, guys, this is not good. You know, that was the first reaction was, this is serious. And then my second reaction, quite frankly, was looking at the faces of the players, especially the guys who are at that end of the court. And without question, everybody had a very distressed look on their face. And initially, you know, which told me that it was as seriously as we expected that it was.
Were there tears being shed?
Yes, I got to see some of the players after the game. One of the poignant moments for me was to see Kyrie Irving crying in his dad's arms as he came out of the locker room. And but you knew early on the court, before the players went to the locker room, Kevin Durant had probably the most pained expression. Coach K told us earlier in the week, Neil, that USA Basketball in recent years has become a brotherhood. I think the feeling is that they just feel terrible about seeing one of their brothers, Paul George, be hurt as seriously as it looks to be right now.
Coach, you've seen a ton of basketball. Have you seen anything that compares to this?
Well, not in person. You know, I've seen the Kevin Ware injury, and remember Joe Theismann, you know, in the 80s, breaking his leg. But when you compete at the level these guys compete at in any sport, you know, these are kind of things that happen, and in this case, it was likely a fluke. Now, I will say that there was some talk amongst people at courtside afterwards, and I've got a couple calls from coaches about this, actually, that the stanchions at the arena at the Thompson Mack are only 4 feet from the baseline. And that's not common in the NBA. There's a lot more room for these big athletic guys to maneuver. It was just a fluke situation tonight.
That's Fran Fraschilla with his thoughts on the Paul George injury. Paul George was the 10th overall pick in the 2010 draft, played 2 seasons at Fresno State. He's missed only 5 games the last 3 seasons, mostly for late season rest there. He's really a rising star in the league. He's got the Gatorade commercial. You saw him in the playoffs, signed a 5-year max extension with the Pacers in September of 2013. Now, the game that would end with the Paul George injury was quite entertaining before that. Derrick Rose coming off the knee injury. He's a street baller, and right away, you could say, man, he's a straight baller. To the hole. Was sold. Take another look. Let it breathe. Kevin Freed, friend, gets the rebound right here. Oh, this is ready. Freed, the rebound. He's got long hair. And Rosie and hops for his pregame meal. That's the one I want you to take another look at it. Let it breathe. Dade County Smooth said Rose was quicker than gossip on this move. Boy, he sure was. A shame this thing had to end the way it did. The scrimmage canceled after the Paul George injury. Derrick Rose looking good up to that point. USA Basketball's next game is August 16th against Brazil. Plan to keep 15 players through their game on August 22nd against Puerto Rico. 12-man roster deadline August 29th. Could be decided earlier. August 30th, USA against Finland, FIBA World Cup. And remember that the ESPN networks are your home for all things USA Basketball through the World Cup. San Antonio, our Mark Stein says the